All right, everybody.
What up?
How we
what
doing?
Up?
We're live
Howdy.
here on YouTube. Only for the fellas
we-
for right now.
We are.
Let's get a little. How you boys doing? It's been a week since we've been on. What we didn't really have much change in the sports world besides Edmonton making the Stanley Cup
Edmonton.
final.
That's right. Yeah, we had Edmonton.
Yeah, you guys predicted
Excited.
that too, huh?
Hey, actually, no. I mean Edmonton. do we?
I did.
Do we? I think we have to talk about Edmonton, the fan.
Oh,
you know the one.
Boobs? Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. That was, that was just like on the timeline too. Wild.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, Edmonton. Every championship.
I saw it on Heat Daddy's timeline.
Yeah, that was wild to like see that on like not even like they weren't even like on like funny accounts. It'd be like a best like it was like best celebrations. I'm like, isn't this like a corporate account? Just showing like cannons
what was it
on
again?
the timeline.
Basically,
some girl
happened,
after the goal scored, like she flashed the crowd.
So no shit, and dude, they didn't like blur it out.
Well, no. It was a fan cam.
No,
like,
not at all.
Fan was recording it, I think. I don't know if I haven't seen the TV broadcast one, but I saw a fan like recording it with his phone and like pan to her, and she just goes. He's
like, I don't want to miss it.
Yeah,
dude, what a shame. I mean, kids watch that. Where can I find that video though? I mean,
yeah, no.
We
need to find out where that video is and what account specifically posted.
I know, dude.
Apparently,
she works so we can take it down.
In Edmonton,
she works on oil rigs
in Edmonton. Yeah, she works.
What is this? There will be blood. Is Daniel Day-Lewis?
That's all it is out there in Edmonton.
Oh man, greasy city, bro.
Yeah, no, they were.
That is greasy.
Yeah, it was greasy.
That literally is greasy.
Yeah,
literally.
Very greasy.
Leaving the cannons out in.
But I mean,
mid-game. But
if you know where that video is,
yeah,
just for experimental purposes,
drop the link. Yeah.
Coming in hot again, Roberto. I love it, dude. This is great.
2 weeks in a row. We love
2 weeks in a row, dude.
First comment.
Yeah.
He's there.
Oh man,
it's funny.
We're fired up. That fires me up for this show, man. Yeah, there we go.
That does fire me up.
What was it that Jake Paul said?
What?
When he got off the scale, when he was weighing himself before the last fight, it wasn't. No, he said something specifically. It was like locked and loaded. It was Oh my god, why can't I think of it right now? Hold on.
Damn, the joke is just.
You guys remember that time where Jake Paul fought Ben Askren at the press conference? He like put his hand in his face, and Jake gave him a little body shot, and he's like afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, dude, I could have knocked him out. I just held back and I just didn't, I didn't want to do it to him." And then people are like, "Dude, for real, dog, you're fighting a guy that's never thrown a punch. Relax."
I'm still out on all the influencer boxing matches. It's become, to me, it's a whole pay-per-view for a clip.
Oh wait, is this not it?
No,
what the fuck? That's not it.
You like that? Is that what he said?
Not it.
Yeah, here.
We can't hear it. This is like World War I like radio right now.
Yeah,
absolutely dialed. He's just holding up. He's like, "You guys hear it?
Okay.
You guys hear it?"
The joke came and went. It's okay.
The joke
on the Edmonton,
I was also just trying to remember what he said.
On the live show.
What happened on the live
award show? Do you remember we did like worst takes for the year? My Edmonton Oiler going to the Stanley Cup final was a bad take at that moment for the award show, which was December?
Yes, because they were like last
Edmonton
or 30th,
last.
right?
Yeah, they were like 30th.
We have to add a thing of what's it called? Like comeback of the year, like comeback take of the year.
Yes,
that is a comeback take of the year.
I love that.
Yes,
everyone loves a comeback. Everyone loves a comeback story. Everyone loves a comeback story.
Mm-hmm. Kim Kardashian.
We wrote him off too, man.
Kim Kardashian. Yeah.
All right, boys. Kind of going back into the NHL, just real quick. I want to do like a quick. Who do we got winning the cup here? Just us four. We'll go around. I'll be last. I'll let Sean take the cake on this one. Take the starter off.
Is that a question? I feel like I've been riding them cheeks this last year.
Whoa.
I got the Florida Panthers. Panthers at 5.
Huge.
Yeah, I didn't really know how to respond to that when he said riding. My brain just.
You mean the Florida Panthers? You mean the Sunrise Panthers?
Oh, right.
Right by Everglades National Park.
Yeah, right by the Westfield.
They're in Florida. It's not their names.
They
not
are,
wrong.
yeah.
Okay,
They're
Florida.
not the Miami Panthers.
Zach,
it's crazy how good Florida. It's crazy how good Florida hockey is right now.
Yeah.
Like that's not a typical state that you would think is good in hockey, but they've been to the Stanley Cup the last 5 years in a row.
Yep, Tampa and
I
Florida.
also think Florida is going to win in 6, but I really want the Oilers to win in 7.
Really?
That's my prediction. That's my hope.
Okay.
I just want McDavid to do it, honestly, man.
Yeah.
For someone who doesn't watch hockey a lot, I'm gonna go Oilers, because I think the NHL is gonna get real NBA, and they got the poster boy needs one, and you don't get these chances very often.
That's true.
Exactly.
So don't be surprised if there might be a slashing call or two. Let's just say, or maybe a tripping.
The thing is though, the teams are just not fairly matched. Like you guys have said, the Oilers will have to play damn near perfect to win.
Yeah.
The Panthers are just better.
But
I'm hoping. I really am hoping. I got the Panthers, but I'm hoping the Oilers can do it. I just hope it's not a blowout. That's it. And that's what I'm hoping with the Boston versus the Dallas.
I mean, with the top-heavy talent that Edmonton has, it's hard for me to think that their best 3 players or 4 players from Edmonton keep them from getting blown out. Their goal scoring, I don't watch as much hockey as you guys, but from what I've seen, just the ability to score goals, especially off the power play that the Oilers possess. I mean, they just might have a fucking JV player in goal. I mean, what are we honestly?
The thing is, that's crazy. Is that he played really well last series?
He did, yeah.
And that's the thing. If he plays well, they have a shot. But Florida's just swarming, bro. I don't know. They're a different team. They play like football on the fucking or on the ice.
I said this before, Cody. I'll let you go next. But before the last series when they played the Rangers, I said to predict that series, I was like, I need to see a game, see just how it shakes out. They don't really have much regular season play because when the Panthers, shout out to Gally for this stat, but when the Panthers played the Oilers in the regular season, Stuart Skinner, their goalie now, was not in net for 2 of those games that they played. So there's no real matchup that we could really watch.
Wait, so has he not been the starter all year?
No, he has, but he probably they put in the backup those 2 games they played Florida for whatever reason.
I see.
So they never really got a chance to play against Stuart Skinner this year with this team. But also, I mean, like we said, it's a comeback. They were 30th in the league, and now they're on to the Stanley Cup final. So anything can happen.
Momentum,
I don't know. But
they're
Cody,
riding
who you
it.
got?
Florida is riding momentum too, though.
I got Florida. I don't really want to see another Canadian team hoist the cup. I don't know. I was like, man, I really hope Edmonton doesn't make a run this year, and they did. And me and Tyler touched on it a little bit. It's just in my opinion, just like you guys said, Edmonton has just that top heavy talent. And I was talking to Tyler, I was like, dude, McDavid is gonna have to play good every single game if they want a shot.
Yeah.
And
then they, Draisaitl, he's not playing too bad. I don't know how his stats are this.
No, he's playing great. He's second.
Is he?
Points.
They've both been playing really.
So those 2 was just
both of them
on fire, and they gotta keep it like that. Florida, for me, it's I think they just have depth. I was telling Tyler, I was like, I just think that when you get down to it, you watch all the other teams that they've played, and it's just they get down to the 3rd and 4th line, and those guys are still playing consistent hockey. They want it. I just don't think other teams have that type of group at the 3 or 4 spot kind of running and taking with it, because they were playing good, and that's what I think Florida brings to the table in this series, and that's why I think they're going to win. I just think they have too much for Edmonton, but like Diego said, poster boy's got to get one at some point, and people are starting to question it. I'm just like, I mean, he's got to win one. Or
I will say,
sports need a new. I was listening to part of my take,
rigged, and it would make sense.
If the last couple of times, and they you need there's always a can't win the big one guy, And for a while it was LeBron, and then I think it was Chris Paul for a while. And now Chris Paul's old, so it's
Never
almost like
did.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so but that's why. But like for a while, it was like Chris Paul can't win the
Yeah.
big one, and Chris Paul, like that ship has
With
sailed.
Jason Tatum.
So
No.
you need a. I'll tell you, if Tatum loses, he's gonna become a can't win the big one guy.
Yes.
Yeah, but underrated. And oh jeez, oh that's not good. We need Mavs pulling for Luka, but the underrated NHL storyline from this is the travel is insane.
Yeah.
It's just for how North Edmonton is essentially like a coast to coast.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like
I just lagged out.
2,500
They were
miles
within 8
one
for
way.
a second there.
Yeah, it's like the
2,000
longest.
500 miles. I think it's like a 5-hour flight, which isn't maybe a 5.5 hour. But yeah, the travel is the furthest it's ever been for a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't even think about
Is this
that.
further than Boston? It was further than Boston, Vancouver.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Oh, yeah.
because of Miami being so south, or
And yeah, in
Sunrise
the north.
being so south, and then how north it's going.
Sunrise.
But
Sunshine,
even
sunrise.
I
well,
will
even
say
last
though,
year,
man.
Florida and Vegas was a pretty far flight. Like that's not close by any means, but yeah, I think this is going to be a good series. I'm excited for it.
What would be the closest? And like I don't know like the conference off the top of my head. What would be
East
like
and
the
West?
closest? Yeah. So what are like those middle East and West teams? Would it be like
maybe
so Chicago's West, right?
yeah, Chicago and Columbus or Detroit? Those are both East.
Mm.
Minnesota and
Minnesota.
Detroit probably pretty close. Or
Wait,
Winnipeg and
Detroit's
Toronto.
East.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit's East.
Detroit's
Columbus is East. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I would say it's probably either Chicago, Detroit, or Chicago, Columbus.
Winnipeg, Toronto's pretty close too.
Ooh,
Detroit
yeah.
Detroit was in the West for a while. Detroit, Toronto would
That's
been
right, yeah.
super short, but Toronto can't.
Yeah,
make the
Detroit.
playoffs, so.
And I mean, neither
Shout
can
out Stu.
Love the
Detroit.
joke.
Neither can Detroit, man. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not since
My God, man.
even more recent though. They won a cup in what 08, 07?
That's true.
07.
Yeah. Yeah.
Toronto
Because
hasn't
I
won.
remember
though.
Red Wings used to play the Sharks, like those late 2000s rivalry
Yeah.
between the Red Wings and Sharks. That
Yeah.
was a good one.
Yeah, they were. Those were good rivalries. I enjoyed that a lot. My uncle is a Red Wings fan, and we always gave each other shit for it. But now they're in the East, which is honestly kind of sad because I like that rivalry.
The one thing that I think would be sick having a Red Wings being a Red Wings fan is that you'd be able to own a Red Wings jersey, which is like I think like probably one of the most
Dude, they're so
underrated
cool.
logos.
They're
Like,
so cool, dude. They're one of my
fucking
favorites.
wings on the dude, and it just like makes it even more legendary with like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And
Yeah.
is it the Gordie Howe jersey he has?
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a Gordie
Yeah,
Howe.
and he has the Gordie Howe. It's so sick.
Dude, a
Yeah.
Pavel Datsyuk jersey, like an old school one, would be so sick. He
Yeah,
was
that
so
would be
good,
cool.
man. What a fucking freak he was. I will say,
was
though,
great.
I think if the Oilers play like they did in Game 6 against Dallas, and when I say the Oilers, I'm specifically saying McDavid, they are going to be hard to beat. But
Yeah.
the thing is, I just don't think they're going to be that fast against the Panthers. I don't know. And the other thing I was going to ask you, Sean, is if Florida loses again, do you think Kachuk is going to start getting kind of a not a you can't win it type of say to him, like a judgment? But do you think he's going to start kind of being that guy where it's like Diego was saying with Chris Paul, can he not win it, or is it too early?
I don't know. I think it's tough because last series he was hurt and half of the Florida Panthers were hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be a discussion
Florida's going
for
to be known as like
I have an opinion on this.
I can't get it done.
I don't know. It's tough. Like I really, it's hard to say last year with Vegas because I feel like they were so injured. It's like impossible to really blame them for even like, obviously, yeah, they lost. They had a great run, but Vegas was also really good last year. They just had everything firing. And like, I mean, 2 times back to back, like that's tough to lose both, finals appearance that you do. I don't know though. I don't think that he'd be labeled that he can't get it done because he's also like Kachuk isn't a superstar like McDavid is. McDavid's going to get that label if he can't win this one. Kachuk is like, yeah, he's a star, but he's not a superstar, I would say yet.
I think the thing saving to the Chuck from being like labeled as, oh, you're the guy who can't win the big one is that there's a guy up in Toronto who I think would, if McDavid wins this, there's a guy up in Toronto. Actually, might be a couple guys up there in Toronto that would just suck all of that like label. And shit, like Matthews would.
Yep.
Yeah, Matthews will become the next guy.
Yeah. No, he would. He's only played in like what? He's only played in one second round series. He's only played like first round series for the last 6 years of his career.
He's kind of like Dak.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
the Dak comparison of the NHL.
Well, we talked about this.
Maple Leafs are the Cowboys essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but at least the Cowboys won in the 90s. I mean,
yeah, that is fair.
At least the Cowboys had
they're very similar.
Yeah, no, they're very similar. And like I know Cowboys are America's team and like Toronto's in Canada, but I think they're the same. Like they're the same level of like the fans are always like, "Oh, it's our year, it's our year," and it's never
same level of cringiness. That's for damn sure.
Freaking
false hope.
Yeah, they just can't make it.
Speaking of Toronto cringe, how about that Drake remix to "Hey There, Delilah"? Guandam Delilah.
Dude,
that was funny.
That's your boy. Come get your boy. Come get your boy.
They're so bad. They're so bad. I don't even have anything to say, honestly.
God, he stinks, dude. He's always stunk. It's like a little stink bug.
Toronto. I still remember it was the week. Was it the week that it dropped? Like the first diss track dropped. It was like Drake. It was like the first Kendrick versus Drake diss track dropped, and the Leafs lost like their playoff series.
Yes, I saw that.
What a bad worst week for Toronto of all time.
Yeah, Drake gets slandered, and then the Maple Leafs lose to the Bruins of all people. If there's anyone else, it's like, oh, they lost, but they lost to the Boston Bruins, their biggest rival. So, but I think it'll be a fun playoff series to kind of wrap it up. Me and Gal are going to the draft in Vegas at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Which is going to be fun. We're going to get some content for everyone. So be on the lookout for that.
Are you staying on strip, off strip? You don't have to dox yourself exactly where, but.
No, we're on strip. We're at
There we go.
What's that one that's, have you guys seen Percy Jackson in The Lightning Thief, the movie?
No.
Yes, but I don't know the actual name of that hotel. Yeah,
it's like the Lotus, but it's in reality, it's the.
No, I don't. I know what that's. Yeah, no, Flamingo. I know what you're talking about. Flamingo? But the Flamingo. Fair, yeah. I don't know, but I know Flamingo.
That one, yeah. We're there. It's like a 5-minute walk to the Sphere, which is where the draft is, which is honestly really cool.
Yeah.
The Sphere. Why are you guys laughing? You guys laughing at Diego?
No.
Yeah. Flamingo. Yeah. There we go.
Yep. Flamingo. Yes.
Yes. Flamingo.
Why are you guys laughing? Spill the beans.
Diego just had a little bit of a moment, and I caught it. It just was rattling off my brain. I couldn't get it to disappear. And away she goes.
Honestly, I was laughing because Cody was trying not to laugh.
Like the other night when Riley ate shit on a scooter. Just couldn't hold it in.
We might need to bring in Riley. One of these lives will have to get a POV from Riley.
We gotta get him on, dude.
So Cody, I want to say one thing. Is that like with those hats? As I've been noticing all show, like the backwards like Sooners, because I've seen it like because I know they have like the backwards Dallas ones. Is it the same company or is it like?
Yeah, they dude, you can literally. I'm pretty sure I saw a Boise State one, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude,
but a lot of them
Broncos.
But a lot of them are like SEC schools, Big 12 schools, like bigger name schools, I guess. But I could have sworn I saw Boise State in there, and I'm pretty sure you can customize it however you want. They're pretty cool, dude, and they fit like a glove. Because for me, I'm pretty picky on my hats. I like the snapbacks, and so they had that option. I like the style of hat this is too. So they're pretty cool, dude. I'm sure you could probably find like a cow one would be kind of sick. That would be cool. Like
that would be.
Yeah, but like maybe like actually like
no, you can do it those.
I'm not buying no Cal merch. I'm not buying no Cal merch.
Why not, Cal Bear? Cal Bear.
He's a Bronco.
I'm a Bronco through and through, and I think
the Boise ones look cool too.
Yeah.
Man, Boise State one because it would just be Broncos, dude. That would be sick.
Speaking about Oklahoma, when I was editing Zuch and Wilds or your podcast, Diego, I was editing some clips and I was looking at the SEC odds. Guess where Oklahoma is to win the SEC in odds?
I saw it. Oh my gosh, no! Because is this gambling odds or the ESPN odds?
I'm gambling with this
because I saw the ESPN odds and they had Mizzou really high.
Mizzou's coming off a pity bowl game against Ohio State, but I'll give it to them. They also Ohio State's entire team was gone or injured.
Cody, when you see Mizzou's schedule,
I love Missouri.
If you see Mizzou's schedule, Cody, man, I'm telling you, there's a path for them.
They play Oklahoma. They play Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's like probably their second or third hardest game too, and Oklahoma's like Oklahoma's gonna be solid.
It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a Kansas. It's gonna be a Kansas State game, and it's gonna win on that kid kicking a 63-yarder SEC school record, dude. I'm telling you, that's how the game's gonna go down. It's too off. Like I just feel like it's two offenses that are just too overpowered for both defenses because I've seen no change in our defense.
Yeah,
where's the sizing, cornerbacks and DBs and secondaries? It's driving me nuts.
How we feeling, Oklahoma? I don't think I've asked you like on camera. How we feeling about Oklahoma to the SEC, like vibes wise, and then how are you feeling like, shoot, what's our record gonna be wise?
You're
probably fired up vibes wise because it's like, holy shit, like we're in
I'm fired up.
Sweet. But it's like, wow, we don't get to play Texas Tech every year.
Yeah, we're not going down to the Kansas Jayhawks and playing in front of 16,731 fans. And then let's be good last year. Freaking ridiculous.
Are you playing Vandy though?
No, I don't think Oklahoma plays Vandy. I'm pumped. I think a majority of the guys we had last year we have a younger roster for sure. We do have a few returners. Stutzman is my big returner. He's a great linebacker. I think he's going to transfer well in the SEC. And then our quarterback,
Arnold.
Jackson Arnold. That's right. Yes. When he played in the bowl game against Arizona, he was all right. I'm hoping he develops a little bit more, but he was struggling a little bit, and we ended up losing that game. But our running backs are all. I think we still have a few of our guys from last year.
And good running backs.
I always love our
always stacked at
our running backs. We're always stacked in that position, and that makes me happy when I can see a team run the football. But I'm a little nervous about the SEC. It's just we don't have a defense. We never really have. But what's kept us in games every single time is really, our offense. It's always been super high powered, and we always have a Heisman finalist or somebody who wins the Heisman or just somebody super electric. And it's a 50-50 with me. I don't know. We have Marcus Major, which I'm looking at the roster right now because I kind of need a little bit of a refresher. But Marcus Major, he played really well last year. I remember watching him. He's kind of a stockier guy, but he's good. And then this is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he's on our roster anymore, but there's a guy named General Booty.
Yep, General Booty. Hey, guess where he transferred to?
Missouri, didn't he?
No,
was it Missouri?
Even funnier. I think he's at ULM. I swear I think he's at ULM. I think he's at ULM. Look it up. I think General Booty's at ULM, and I think he transitioned. I think he's moved positions to like wide receiver or tight end. General Booty at tight end. I swear. I swear he's at ULM and he's playing tight end. I swear he's at ULM and he's tight end now.
Louisiana Monroe. Yes, he's playing for the Warhawks. Featured on Duck Dynasty.
Yes. No. That's Lafayette.
No.
That's Tech.
No, that was ULM.
No.
That was ULM.
No. I
swear it was ULM, dude.
No, look it up. I think it's Tech is Duck Dynasty. I think ULM is a different school. I think ULM is like Waterboy school.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. Which one is
Willie Robertson was the quarterback, and Terry Bradshaw was Willie Robertson's
Terry Bradshaw, yeah.
It's so funny.
That's wild.
Cody, question: are you going to use? I know you don't like using Oklahoma in NCAA 14. Are you going to use them in NCAA 25? You tried out?
I don't know what it is, but I always hate to use my like favorite team. I won't even use Boise State. I'll play NCAA and I'll never pick Boise State and I'll never pick Oklahoma. Because I'm like, I don't know. It's just like I get it's I feel like it's a bad luck thing for me. Like I just get with my good, a team that I like, and then I just shit the bed. I'm like, oh dear.
You just like feel sad that you let them down.
I'm so excited to find like the one team the one random team. Like when that game comes out. I mean, obviously, I think I'll play Boise State one time. I'm not going to do a dynasty with them, but I would like to play with all those players. Maybe like a head-to-head online. But I'm not doing Boise State and dynasty.
Last year I do it with.
No, I'm going back to my roots. I'm fulfilling a childhood dream, and I'm running it back. Yep, I'm building a powerhouse at Cal.
Come on.
You guys laugh now.
On.
Cal is coming
Boise
in
State
the
at the
online.
last year list, and your number one is
no. So here's how I think I'm gonna go. I think I want to start,
but I wasn't.
I want to because like dynasty, you start as a coordinator, right?
Yeah.
And I think you start a coordinator. Maybe I'll start coordinator at BSU or like a big time school, right? So you can get that next job opportunity, right? Then I'm going straight to the MACtion. I'm getting the first MAC school that offers me maybe a CUSA, maybe CUSA. I'm winning a natty there, and I'm gonna keep winning there until Cal offers me the job. And then
Cal, what if you're offered something better?
Nope. Go roll on you Bears. Roll on you Bears. And I might buy one of the Cal rugby shirts.
In the wooden seats,
you know the runs, the long sleeve collared shirts.
It was a ULM field.
Hey, they're not winning anymore, man. Come on.
No, I used to.
That's actually the reason why the athletic department's in debt is because they're still paying off the stadium renovations from like 2012.
Yep.
They're in debt.
I saw that.
$100 million about.
Dude, I used to play. I think it was NCAA 12. I would play, and I had the headset like the one you have on Diego right now. I'd play with the headset on and a clipboard. I'd pick the plays, let the CPU run it. That was me as a kid.
No way.
Like, yeah,
you had a clipboard?
I had a little clipboard that had nothing on it.
As a kid?
Oh, yeah, I'd fake pretend to smash one or throw it down. Or like Lane Kiffin just chuck it up in the air and get it stuck in the roof. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably do that again with a little headset action. And
no, I'm excited.
Didn't you do that for Halloween, Diego?
Yeah, my freshman year, I was Brian Harsin.
You were Brian Harsin.
You're Brian Harsin. Your favorite
Oh my
guy.
God.
Go defend him on Twitter, brother.
I think I'm sure Brian Harsin's a solid dude. I can't defend him on Twitter because the extremists of Auburn, who are essentially SEC Fremen, who view they have nothing, as Zuch said, they have nothing to lose. The most dangerous thing in this world is a man with nothing to lose. That's every Auburn Twitter account.
Yeah,
it really is. They'll pull up your high school report card. They will pull up your high school report card. Honestly, Auburn Twitter.
I downloaded Twitter just to see Brian Harsin and see if I could find that reply that I was asking you guys about for that clip. And I got a notification today, and it's something about the vaccination. Brian Harsin responds. He says, "Stories like these from local journalists erode confidence in the media."
Dude, no,
he continues saying he is getting
dude. Brian Harsin's wife posts about chemtrails on social media. Her wife posts chemtrails conspiracies. It's
all Boise too. Coming to the rescue. I'm like, stop, guys.
No,
stop.
Boise fans need to stand down. Like Zuch said, we need to stand down.
It's not good.
I know we want to protect a member of Bronco Nation, and Harsin, he did a lot of good things here, even though his tenure didn't end very well. But this is his battle. This is a suicide mission.
He chose to go to the SEC.
We cannot reason with extremists, which the Auburn fan base is.
Yeah.
So, but honestly, good segue into
Boise State.
Notre Dame, Boise State.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I wanted to answer the question. Oklahoma is 9th in SEC odds, and I didn't get to answer the question to you, Diego. I'm nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I haven't seen this many games where we're the underdog in years.
Yeah.
We are the underdog to Tennessee, Texas, Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, and LSU. Dude, our schedule is brutal. We have Temple,
it's brutal.
Houston,
it's brutal.
Tulane, Tennessee, Auburn.
Jeez. Houston and Tulane are your non-con games?
That's tough.
Texas.
Froze, but
Yeah, you froze a little bit, but it's okay.
Tennessee, Auburn, Texas,
Dude.
South Carolina, Ole Miss, Maine, which is our bye week. And then we
South
end
Carolina's a bye too. I'm South Carolina's gonna go
Here's
bye.
the thing.
We end the year, Cody, with Missouri, Alabama, and LSU.
Dude, that could be 3 straight L's in a row.
I was gonna say 10 losses, but I don't even know if we're an 10 wins. I don't even know if we're an 8-win team.
So I just looked up the roster. We don't have that one. We don't have. He was a senior. I fucking blanking on his name, but we have Gavin Sawchuk, who's a sophomore. I believe he's a redshirt sophomore. I remember watching him, dude. He's small, but dude, he is a beast. And same with Walker, 29. He was kind of more of the beefier guy, but I think like our strategy is just offense, like we always do. It's the only way we're going to keep in games because I don't see our defense run the football too. Run the damn football. I want to see those boys up front moving.
SEC have 9 teams in the top 25.
No, they were deep. Like when I was
19.
Looking into the stuff this year, man, they look so deep. And maybe that is like the SEC all getting overhyped, right? Maybe it is the like, oh, every team has a chance in like the offseason hype machine because like Tennessee's on that hype machine, and I believe in Nico Ayamaleva. But like, if he sucks, Tennessee's like toast.
Good. Yeah.
But like, it's like I think he's gonna be good. But if he sucks, they're toast. LSU,
the betting odds has Tennessee against or over Missouri. They have Missouri at 7 and Tennessee at 6. They also have Alabama above Missouri and LSU above Missouri.
Well, okay, like those I think get off on. But I think Alabama says. I think people are over. Thank you, Hunter. But I think LSU's getting a tad overrated, and I think they're going to be one of those old school. Yeah, but Alabama's got a quarterback and a coach that's proven to win recently.
Quarterback.
LSU's on a coach that I don't think I believe in. LSU's got who are they going to play?
Alabama has a quarterback.
They got a quarterback. If you get a returning quarterback, yes,
they do have a quarterback.
You believe in him?
I believe in him more than
him.
Yes,
I do.
He's a good quarterback.
I believe in.
No, he's not.
Not better than.
I believe.
We also.
I don't think he's going to be better than Nico, but like believing someone to win college football game. Do I think he's going to get drafted high? No, unless there's major things changed in his throwing ability. But he's solid. He led a team to the playoffs last year. And he's returning, and you only assume he's going to get better.
I think he's a good quarterback. I've watched him. Dude. He has grit. He's tough as shit. And he has a good ball. He could throw the ball unlike Moonball Milton. We witnessed him live. I mean, he missed. I counted before I found them when it was too loud.
There we go.
I was trying to call him.
What the fuck is going on with my Wi-Fi?
Dude, he must have overthrown like 4 wide receivers.
I overheard you talking shit about Milroe, and Alabama communication department had to shut you off. They censored you.
Dude, Milroe is not going to get it done. I'm sorry.
He got it done last year.
He was good last year, Zach. Yes, he did.
No,
he made the playoff.
The one game that mattered, he played like dog shit.
And he made the play that had to be made. Made the play that had to be made.
How old is he? Is he a freshman last year?
I think he was a sophomore last year.
Okay.
Or a redshirt junior.
Or senior. Oh, wait. Maybe he was a freshman. Wait, he's a sophomore.
Pretty sure he was a junior.
I don't think he was a freshman.
Redshirt junior, maybe.
I think he might be. Who he is this year?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure, though.
The one game.
I think he's good. I think he's good. Boise State, Notre Dame, boys.
I have a question for you guys. Oh, wait. We can go into that. I'm sorry.
No, let's do the question first because I'm not.
Do you think Boise State? Do you think Boise State could make the playoff with one loss? Or do you think they have to go
if that one loss is to Oregon. If that one loss is to Oregon.
That's what I say.
But they can. But it's no longer a guarantee. Froze up again, but we'll wait. But just to like spice it, I think they can. The only way that a one-loss Boise State team doesn't get in is if a team in the American, like Memphis, or
this is so annoying.
They go undefeated.
So I was gonna say the only way a one-loss Boise State doesn't get in is if a team in the American goes undefeated. Boise State gets in over a one-loss American, and I think Boise State gets in over an undefeated CUSA and an undefeated Sun Belt team. It's only if that one loss is to Oregon. Now, let's say they lose to Oregon.
Oregon would have to be a top 5 team.
No.
Yes. Otherwise,
Roberto,
we don't make
I have to respectfully disagree, but Boise State wise, no, a one-loss Boise team can get in if that one loss is to Oregon. It's too opened up.
Yes,
because
but if Oregon doesn't make the playoffs, what do you think?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a ranked win when it happens, and they're gonna have two. They will already be playing two of the so-called like front runners to grab that extra playoff spot. They're playing Wazoo next year. They're playing Oregon State. So if they only have one loss, you have to assume that they're either beating Oregon, which is a crazy win, or they're beating every other team that they should beat on their schedule.
We also have to hope that no one else in the group of 5 goes like undefeated. Because
so that's what I mean. I think like if Liberty goes undefeated or like
they're gonna go.
Rice goes undefeated. No, I think a one-loss Boise State team gets over an undefeated Liberty. I do.
If our one loss is to Oregon, yes.
It's our only exception.
But we lose to Oregon and then Oregon's 10-3, we don't make it. Oregon would have to make the playoff for us to make it. No, that's a bad loss.
It's early in the season, though. I mean, it's tough to.
You have to think it's an auto bid, though. So we're not being compared with or Boise State wouldn't be being compared with the rest of college football. They would only be being compared with the non-Power 5 school teams. That's what I would say.
I'm sorry. My Wi-Fi just geeked out again.
I would say like Boise State.
I'm sorry, fellas. I don't know what's happening.
No worries, but it's only Boise State wouldn't be being compared to the rest of the country. It's only compared to the rest of the group of 5 schools. So
if we have one loss and it's to Oregon, do you think we get like 11 spot, 12 spot? Because we're not.
Oh yeah, we get the 12 spot. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the 12 spot no matter what. We go undefeated, we'll probably get an 11 spot at best. Like let's be honest.
Unless we destroy everyone.
I don't see that happening. We
Boise State close games against everybody damn near. So
I mean, even
it's
if Boise
be a
State
dogfight
beats
every
Oregon,
game. Let's be honest, boys. Come on.
I mean,
like I don't think we're blowing out any teams.
How do you boys feel if Settle Down Live in college football season turns into Settle Down Broncos, and we solely talk about the Boise State Broncos and what they're doing?
I'm down.
with that.
I'm down with that. Or we'd like dedicate
you and Zuch. Yeah, you and Zuch talk about Boise State here and there, but this is like this would be dedicated to Boise State.
Yeah, we try not to talk about Boise State too much because like it is such like a lot of our fans are in Boise or watch college football, but it is a very niche team. Like it's got a big fan base, and it's not like a pro sports team. You could have 100 podcasts and 100 pages about the 49ers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Boise State, shit, man. You follow BJ Rains and Jay Tust, and you're pretty much good to go on all Boise State news. Like, let's be honest. Yep. Like, that's what I do. But I would be down for that. I think that'd be it'd be fun football season.
For the most of us that are on the lives consistently, which is mainly us, like for the whole time, are Bronco fans, and like. I feel like we'd be not everyone that is a part. Like Tyler doesn't give a shit about Boise State. I don't think. But just with like football, yeah, he likes football. But I think it'd be fun just to do like Bronco themed stuff, or at least just Boise State, where we could all talk about it and fill an hour of stuff, especially with like a week, just during college football season, doing that. And I feel like the live show could be hectic just with how many sports are going on at that time when it is sports season again. But I think it'd be fun just for us to every Thursday talk about Boise State and what they're going to do on Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, no. It could just become the yelling show, because if I'm telling you, if they start off like 1-2, it's going to get bad online. And I hope it doesn't. It's not going to get bad for me. I've learned last year. I think I got all my anger out last year. I used to be the guy who used to comment the big paragraphs on Instagram because I wasn't seeing passion. Avalos, and I actually I had to make an apology post. I made an apology post when they won the Mountain West Championship. I said, hey man, I'll give credit to where credit's due, man. This team proved me wrong. I think now that Avalos is gone, they could do it. I've said some mean things about players, but it's it's because I care about the program, and I eat the crow when they did well. But if they start, it's not everyone I think has shared my epiphany in Bronco Nation. So,
Yeah.
Lord help us on the Facebook groups.
Do you guys think it's weird that we're playing Oregon State the last week of the year?
No.
Kind of a weird game.
I mean, kind of, but I think
it's like a preseason game.
With the new scheduling, it's essentially a Mountain West game that doesn't count towards the Mountain West championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
I think because they didn't have that plan. Like, they already had all these preseason games planned.
Right.
Prior to the whole blow up of the Pac-12. So now it's kind of like a spot filler. But,
yeah.
You know what I miss is playing BYU. I miss playing BYU.
I do. I also miss playing BYU.
So
I think BYU deep down misses playing us too. I think BYU tries to play it cool, because they even try to play it cool with their own rivals. Like, oh, Utah, you followed us to the Big 12. Man, you love that shit, BYU. Yeah. Man, you love. There's BYU fans love playing like the high ground card. Like, oh, we're so much better than that. Well, you can't play that card unless there's someone you can play it to. Boise State's that school. I don't care. Play it. I don't care. Play it. We'll beat you.
Yeah.
We'll beat you, and I'll laugh. And you'll yell at me and in front of your kids.
Threaten you.
Oregon State did join the Mountain West. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but they don't.
Shit.
Yeah,
okay, that
they
makes
are.
A lot more sense.
It's like a scheduling
there was a weird
deal.
stipulation, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they can't make the championship. It's just a scheduling thing. Like they are engulfed into the Mountain West schedule.
Insane, man.
So you brought up the preseason games, and there was the Boise versus Notre Dame preseason game. And I was just going to ask, besides Notre Dame, if there was a team that you could schedule for a home and home for Boise, Cody, you could do it for Oklahoma if you wanted to, because Oklahoma is your team.
We can do it. We can do it for Boise too.
Yeah, no. But I mean, because since you're about the same, if not a little bit more of an Oklahoma fan than you are a Boise State fan, choose your dream home and home for Boise State fans, then your dream home and home for Oklahoma. Okay. Like, there's a lot you have to consider. Good game, place you'd want to visit, stuff like that. Like, I think it could get interesting.
Yeah, it could. You know what? I might have to be last on this one. Who wants to kick it off? Because I got some thinking to do real quick.
I think I have some thinking too. For Boise home and home, I think a school because I also, if I'm thinking completely realistically too, I'd want a game that I could go to easily. I think a Boise State USC home and home game would be fun.
Yeah.
Getting to the
I'll say
Coliseum.
Washington.
But we already played them, and they've already played at Boise.
What were the stipulations? My shit geeked out again. And I didn't.
Oh, it's just, what would you like? If we're talking about how the Boise State got Notre Dame, and it's a hypothetical. What's your dream home and home for Boise State? And then since you
something that hasn't happened recently.
I mean, it could be anything. It's your dream home and home. If you could schedule a team for a home and home, and then if you could schedule a team for a home and home with Oklahoma, since you're also an Oklahoma fan, I think I would do. Yeah, I do USC, or I mean, with my brother, I'd relive the Mountain West rivalry. TCU, I go home and home with TCU.
That is completely fair. That is fair.
TCU
Those would be my two, either USC or TCU.
That would be cool.
I think USC, Oklahoma would be funny.
Oklahoma, home and home.
It really would be. Honestly, I was thinking about that too, just because it's close. I think I probably would do that. And then I'd be able to go
Oklahoma?
to at least one game.
Yeah.
No. USC, Oklahoma. And then for
USC,
Boise.
Oklahoma.
No, just because I could go to one, without even having to travel very much,
Yeah,
and
but
then for Boise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to think about that one a little bit more. It's got to be competitive, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think TCU, because we probably beat the underdog against TCU, but TCU's not a mega power, or at least they're usually not.
Yeah.
So. What about Arkansas? Home and home.
I can't deal with Pig Nation. I'm sorry. Cannot deal with Razorback Nation.
Twitter's changed
cannot do it. Cannot. I mean, no. These people. I don't think.
Talon play.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
It'd be a SEC. Team.
Where is he in the depth chart?
He's first.
I think.
He's won. He's
a starter.
He started the spring game. KJ Jefferson transferred out.
Yeah.
Taylor's number one. I think KJ's at UCF. I think I
as a
saw.
tight end. He should play tight end.
I mean,
That dude's
shoot. I mean,
massive.
you see that guy's gut. It makes Randy looks like he's on a diet.
He's also a good he's also a good runner too, man. He's kind of like Jalen. Just doesn't throw the ball very well.
No, Jalen is about 5 times better than KJ Jefferson.
Same prospect, just maybe a little bit better.
We're beside the point. Sean, what would your be? Cody, what would your be your dream home v home?
I think Oklahoma versus Penn State would be probably my go-to. I think that would be sick. Not gonna lie, dude. Penn State at Penn State, and then them turning around and playing at Gaylord Stadium. That would be pretty sick. I'm just thinking about the atmosphere really at Penn State, and I think they got one of the best atmospheres in the country for sure.
It'd just be tough
to travel there though.
Play there because then you're in enemy territory. It'd be cool to experience, but you're not like we got the Tennessee experience wearing Tennessee shirts. But if you were at Penn
I'm
State,
definitely wearing Oklahoma gear at Penn State.
No, I know, but you wouldn't.
I mean, that's one school that I'm like, okay, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. They rioted to defend a pedophile. So I mean, just imagine what they'll do to you.
I don't know.
Penn State fans, man. Penn State
that
fans.
Or maybe
Oklahoma.
No, but it's still away.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I don't know. Penn State. I'll tell you what. That would be a great game. Oklahoma versus Penn State. Only downside, I think, all-time boring uniform matchup. That would be. Oklahoma, Penn State. Yeah. All-time boring. So. All-time boring.
Not pleasing on the eyes.
Even Oklahoma. At least Oklahoma got a couple cool alternates. They got the Jumpman on the logo now, which makes it a little cooler. I mean, Penn State. I mean, my God. I mean, those uniforms are straight out the 1950s.
My God. Yes. They are horrible.
I'm like,
I will say, honestly, Boise State versus Oregon is a good matchup. I'm not gonna lie.
Very good. That's a very good matchup.
I'm kind of blessed with that.
No, remember Oregon bought Boise out of their home and home, so it's just a home.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know.
Bottom out.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not very far. It's gonna be a good game.
Did you guys see how much Notre Dame's paying us to go out there?
Yeah, it's 1.3.
Yeah. $1.3 million, which is
crazy. And I think they're giving us like way more tickets than like we usually get.
Yeah.
I think they're giving us like a 5,000 allotment, which if you think about it is chump change because it's a 90,000 person stadium.
Yeah, that's next
but
year.
It's still 5,000. Yeah, that ticket's gonna be hard
Notre
to
Dame
get.
Independent.
Yeah, for football.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. That would be a dope game to go to. I'm not gonna lie, boys. That'd be sick.
It really would be.
I mean, I'll do everything within my
Notre
power
Dame
to go.
Seems like a dope-ass stadium, too.
I think my Boise State game, though, because I didn't mention it yet, would be against Colorado.
With Prime. Because that would
I think Colorado, I think that would be really sick, dude.
Oh,
like both ways, game there, maybe game back at Boise State the next year or vice versa, but that would be sick, dude. I think Colorado's atmosphere when Colorado's good is pretty sick, and they have a dope stadium. It has some of the best views in the country. And then also like imagine, Deion Sanders at Bronco Stadium, dude. That would be kind of cool. And I think it would be a good game. I think it would be a great game.
Came to Bronco Stadium, you just know he'd just say something about Idaho being shitty. Like you just know he just says something about Idaho being bad. It's like, dude. Like, you coached in Jackson, Mississippi. Please stop.
Yeah.
Please stop.
It's pot calling the kettle black, like making fun of Idaho. And
I don't think you'd have that much bad to say about
Mississippi.
Boise. I mean, I just hope.
I don't know. There was a lot of when that what was it? When that like fake quote came out about Spencer Danielson, or like the quote that was taken out of context when he was like, "Yeah, freshmen here don't make NIL," when really it was like freshmen at Boise State don't get paid from the collective because only sophomores and up get paid out of the collective, but freshmen can still have deals. It was a lot of Colorado and Deion fans were the ones being like, "Man, you can't recruit here, man. It's hard enough to get kids to Idaho." I'm like, yeah, like Roberto says, I hope he keeps the receipts. But if it goes south, I hope he puts them right in the paper shredder because, man, it could get bad. It could get hairy real quick. And I'll tell you what, man, they got a big
Prime. He's low key.
They got Dude, I'm telling you. I mean, you have to think about it. He's got an easy out. I mean, if he sucks it up this year, he's got an easy out because his kid goes to the league and he leaves. Simple.
I mean, I get it. I don't like it. Honestly, this offseason with the Sanders has made me think they're not the greatest people. I'm sorry. They've had a lot not go well. Let's just say that.
I think it's believing. I think to get to that position, at least Dion, it's believing his own hype because he can back it up, and he's proven he can back it up. And
he can.
I think
as a player he can.
That's
not as a coach.
That's the thing,
He's
and I think
he
has that. No, but I think as a coach he can back it up because I think he was very successful at Jackson State.
Yeah,
and he's trying. It's taking him a little longer at Colorado because this ain't Jackson State. You know, every team's got good players when you're playing in the Big 12.
It's also been 1 year. It's also been 1 year. Why are we?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is he said last year that he was going to make the playoffs. He said some outlandish shit.
Dion. That's Dion being
that
Dion.
Is Dion
He's always
Dion.
Hey, and when he said on the field, what did he do? He backed it up.
The times that
we
know
coaching with an actual
I'll
team.
tell you what.
No disrespect against Jackson State, but Jackson State is not a CU.
Yes.
As a coach with CU,
I will tell you
he hasn't done anything.
If
in 1 year though, you
Colorado.
I'm basing it off of what he
said. You're hopping on the Keaton train with the Avalos.
No.
He sucks.
Yeah. Oh no, I was on that train too. He should have been gone way earlier. He sucked, but I will say I don't think Prime should. He did. I don't think Prime should leave yet or be gone yet. Like I don't think they should fire him yet. But I will say if he's going to continue to make outlandish takes like he did last year, you look like an idiot.
I'll tell you what, man. He's got a big time trap
but that's
game
just
week
him,
one.
though.
Trap
You just
game
gotta
of the year
understand
week
that's
one.
He's gonna always do that, dude.
Game of the year.
Who do they play?
Lord help us if he loses to North Dakota State Bison. Trap game of the
year.
They're
coming. They are coming. They are. I'm telling you, they're going to stack 3 fullbacks in the back, and they're going to punish CU.
Because what was Colorado?
Mark my words.
Struggle with last year. Colorado struggled with line play. What is North Dakota State known for?
Getting their hands dirty and firing off and shoving it right down your throats. It's the best type of football, and that's why I want them in the FBS. But they want to be the Alabama, the FCS. I understand. But, dude, watching them in sync, have you ever seen them in slow motion, bro? They have, they got fucking tight ends stacked. Guys hand to the dirt. They got 2 fullbacks. They're pulling one of these dudes, and they're just kicking your ass. And I'm going to be honest with you. Colorado is on some prima donna shit. They came into Oregon. They had them all mic'd up. Oh, y'all small as fuck. Oh, you're this, you're that. And they got their asses handed to them. They got punched in the mouth. We watched it at Ram Brewery in Boise. I remember that game because we were all hammered with Cade. And I was like, this is an embarrassment. They look scared out here. Now, what do you think is going to happen when North Dakota's like, oh, man, we're an FCS school. We're just going to come out here and do what we do. They have beat ranked Kansas State at home. They have beat Iowa at Iowa. They are an FBS season opener killer every single time. Mark my words, they're coming. Dion, you better put on your big boy boxers, man, because you got tidy whities. You're going to shit yourself.
Is that the season opener?
Yeah,
dude. It's so you got all summer to prep to. No, it is like it is probably it is like
biggest
a
trap
bad
game
season opener
of the decade.
Trap game of the year. It's the trap game of the year.
It's
going to show us a lot about Colorado. If Colorado comes out, does what they need to do, beats them 42-29. Hey, Colorado. Hey, defense is bad, but it looks like same old Colorado. They lose, man. It's Chicken Little. Sky is falling. Sky is falling.
The boys in North Dakota are going to be ready to play football on Saturday. They are going to be ready to come out and kick their ass, and I hope Colorado's ready too, because they're not. Because I feel like Colorado's that type of team that just takes people for granted. They got that lousy little win at TCU, and they're like, and then they just shit the bed after that. So we'll see what they can do this year, but North Dakota's they're coming. The Bison are coming.
When does the first preseason ranking come out?
I mean, you can find rankings. I think the first official one might
the official one.
Probably in August.
Okay, that makes sense.
Probably in August. No, but I'm excited. Wait,
or week 0?
So if
September.
August 31st. August 31st is week 1 because that's Boise State's first game. Because then we go to Eugene the next week, and that's Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern, which is also kind of a trap game, boys. Trap game.
It is a trap game because we got to play at Georgia Southern.
It is, Zach. Georgia Southern just got introduced into the FBS, and they're not a bad squad. They're not.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. They got Clay Helton as the coach. Never in a million years did I think Boise State would ever play a Clay Helton-led team.
If we don't win by 17, I'm upset or disappointed. It should be a blowout.
I think we're like a 8.5
until halftime last year. So
I know we're over a touchdown favorite right now. I think the odds have us at over a touchdown favorite,
as we should be. Speaking about a blowout, though, Boston just won 107-89.
Oh God!
Want to hear a crazy stat?
That game ended quick too. That was 2 hours.
Yep. Want to hear a crazy stat? Since Kyrie has left Boston, he has not beat them. He is 0-11. 0-11.
No, he's 0-11 for them.
What does he do? Like the incense? He's got to do like another spiritual thing.
Do something.
Cleanse the body or something.
Logo. He stomped on the logo, and since then he's 0-11.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I will say, stomping on the logo is disrespectful, but to the people in Boston acting like it's a hate crime, relax, please.
Oh
I think they actually committed hate crimes on him.
Shut the hell up. Too. Yeah, it's Boston. What? They do it with everyone.
I'm pretty sure they
Worst
said some words
in the
that,
league.
yeah.
Yes.
They like drove him out of
that we can't
Boston.
say on the live.
Yeah.
Not
confirmed, but there's been some speculation about that. So the fact to act like, he did some outlet. I mean, it's disrespectful, yeah, no doubt. But they were also probably pretty mean to him and will continue to be pretty mean to him. So, but it's game one. With basketball, it's so tough because like next game, Mavs could win by 30. Who knows?
They could.
I
mean, it's gonna be tough.
I just don't want it to be like this back and forth. I want it to be competitive. 22 points in the first game, like that's a game I wouldn't even watch.
Well, I mean, the Timberwolves were up. I mean, they took the Nuggets to like 7, but Timberwolves and the Nuggets were what? Games 1 and 2, the Timberwolves went up by I don't know, 10, 20 points. So it's back and forth. Who knows?
It's basketball, man.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah.
It's basketball, but it's coming to an end. I've been a little basketballed out. I think
I've
been a little basketballed out.
I'm not gonna lie.
After.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I've been a little basketballed out. I have to admit.
March Madness takes a lot.
It does, and it sucks because, I've said this before, and I think being a Warrior fan has kind of ruined the NBA a little bit for me, because I saw basketball at the highest level.
Yep.
On my local television, from essentially 2014, from 2014 to 2019, and then again I got another glimpse like the half year where they turned it on and won the championship again. So it's like ruined basketball, and it's such a sports privilege take. But it's just like
it sucks.
I get fired up to watch these games. I'm like, what the?
Right. I don't know if it's just because we've been so successful, but I feel the exact same way, Diego. Like, if the Warriors were still in it and they were in the finals, I'd be watching. But because they haven't been playing at all, I just haven't been into it very much. And I can't say the same thing with football. I would have watched the Super Bowl, would watch the NFC Championship.
When we do these lives, I'm telling you, when we do these lives, I'm probably more in tune to like checking my phone or having a separate monitor watching a regular season Thursday night football game than I am game 1 of the NBA Finals right now.
Yep. I mean, that's how I feel too. I know the viewership's really down this year for some reason as well. Don't know what it is, but
not for some reason. They haven't developed new stars. The NBA is in the kind of a period how they were almost post MJ.
Well, yeah,
where they haven't developed any
some reason, but
they haven't developed any new stars. All their stars are either really old or really young. There's this middle period that never stepped up or hasn't stepped up. Honestly, like the Kyries of the world, Karl Anthony Towns of the world. Who else? I mean, that's why they're hoping for Tatum or Luka. I mean, Antetokounmpo is not in this year's and Jokic, but let's also be real. Like, those aren't American-born players. Yep. Like, it sucks because,
they need Ant-Man.
They'll never be. They need the Ant-Man, and I think that Luka could do fine, but like, still, it's not an American-born player.
Luka would be a good superstar,
but it's not an American-born player.
But people love Luka.
I mean, but people like Giannis, but like it's But I think you're right. Luka's personality is more
different.
It is different. It is more of a killer, and Giannis is a little bit more goofy and friendly.
Even with you were saying about the Warriors, and like I don't think just being Warrior fans is it too, because think about who the Warriors are playing almost every year.
LeBron
in the finals. LeBron.
That's true. Like, they're playing LeBron every year.
Superstar of all time. So it's as a Warriors fan, you're watching that and honestly, a LeBron hater like myself, you're watching that and you're like, Steph, do it because LeBron's a little pussy ass bitch, or however that lady said it on that thing. But
hey, watch your mouth, woman. Hey, watch your mouth, woman.
Watch your mouth, woman. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that has kind of, like you said, there's no real there's a bunch of little superstars, but there's no LeBron anymore. Even before that, like Kobe.
The NBA's hoping for a new one to pop up. I mean, Bronny's getting drafted. He might be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Bronny James.
Also,
some people are saying.
The NBA lower in viewership. Guess what's up in viewership since 1996? The NHL. Highest it's been since 1996. I don't know the exact numbers.
McDavid effect. It's the McDavid effect, and I think it's also a little bit of continuity with Florida being in it last year. You probably have people around that area going like, "Oh shoot, we're back again." There we go.
Yeah,
I think it's also since 1996 is insane.
Yeah,
that's a long ass time.
Yeah,
Canadian team. Do you think being in, or do you think it's the best player being in? People are
I don't know, Sean. Why do you think?
I mean, well, because McDavid made it to the conference finals 2 years ago against the Avalanche. So it's not like it's a new thing. Then this is through only 3 rounds. We haven't even watched the Stanley Cup final yet. It hasn't even started. So, I mean, I think you look at the teams in there and the matchups too. Boston and Toronto played each other. Big matchup. Edmonton and Vancouver, second round, big matchup, like big rivalry. Florida and Boston again. Everyone's like watching, anticipating what that's going to be. The Rangers, let alone being the dominant team they were, and then playing the Panthers, and the Stars were a pretty big name and all that stuff. So I think it's just kind of perfectly together. And now that McDavid's playing, honestly, I think this is going to be the most watched Stanley Cup final in a while. I don't know about all time, but I don't know. I think it being on ESPN and ABC helps. But I mean, it's just tough. I mean, I know I'm not the biggest basketball fan. I enjoy basketball. I do. But to me, sometimes I watch these matchups and I'm just like,
basketball's been down. Basketball's been down since people love to complain about super teams, and people love to complain about super teams. People love to complain about LeBron. NBA's. Do you remember the discussion going around in the 2016, 2017 seasons when it was Steph winning, Steph unanimous, Warriors 73-9, Cleveland coming back, KD going to the Warriors. All in a 2-year span. There's seriously people thinking NBA is going to take over NFL, because that's when the NFL was having its whole concussion thing, and it was oh man, the NBA is going to take over the NHL as most popular sport, and that has not even close to what's happened.
No,
not even close to what's happened. In fact, that the NBA probably, if you want to include college football, probably the 3rd most watched sport.
Yeah,
I think it's for what I just want to get your opinions on. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's this lack of stars? Do you think it's people complain about super teams? Do you think it's a lack of United States born stars? Do you think it's a lack of big market teams winning? And if people listening in the comments, what do you think? I think it's a it's a compilation.
I'm also
of
thinking
everything.
Kind of about what Sean said too. Do
you think it's the way the NBA is presented, the media? It's just almost like a soap opera now that people aren't fucking with?
I think it's almost like a combination of everything that we've said, right? These teams that are in the finals are just kind of boring. No disrespect to them, but they just don't have many storylines behind them. And when you look at a team like the Cavs or the Warriors, you either have
years of build up, Steph, and
that have been fans
LeBron
forever
coming back.
Or you have LeBron suckers who just love sucking him off, right? Or on the opposite of that, you watch it to hate on these two people, right? These two teams. Yeah. These two teams in the finals right now don't really have haters, and they have people that love them, but we're not watching a dynasty. We're not watching a storyline that's similar to that. So I think that could be it. I mean, the star thing that you're saying with a U.S. born star, I could see that as well. Been boring. I don't know. Keaton said like a bunch of times, why aren't you watching NBA? And I'm like, dude, I watch it and I just get drawn to my phone, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it was not like that when I was watching the Warriors.
Yeah. And I think we were blessed with the presence of LeBron. I truly think like his storyline, his everything
Jay Glazer
was like what?
I don't get it.
Jay Glazer. Blessed with the presence of LeBron. Jay Glazer.
Cody. I don't know what he's doing.
Cody's doing.
He's rather watch paint dry. I don't know. I think basketball is an exciting sport, but I think, like you said, storylines drive a lot of the reason you watch anything. I mean, even the Stanley Cup right now, you've got Connor McDavid, who's never played in a Stanley Cup final, and he's won like 4 or 5 MVPs and countless other trophies, and this is his first Stanley Cup final appearance. And then you've got Florida, who's got this wave to them that they're just these little pests and always squeak into the playoffs or stuff like that. I don't know, man. Like NBA it doesn't feel the same as it did in the 2010s. And I don't know. I think it's just the lack of stars and stuff like that. Like you said, I don't feel drawn to watch Luka Doncic. I thought that the Mavs and Timberwolves series was the best one I've watched because those games were close every single game. I don't want to watch a blowout every game. I don't like these 30-point leads. I'm like, no, I'm not watching this fucking sport if it's a 30-point lead at the end.
Yeah, I think Roberto brings up a good point too in the comments is like the selfishness in the social media and the sports media kind of catering to it. And it sucks because it like for the majority of sports, like I think players have been taken advantage of, not getting compensated, it's how you get these like big lockouts. But I think in the NBA, for better or for worse, it does turn people off when you hear like how much fucking money does Tobias Harris make?
Yeah,
and he does that.
Yeah,
and you get it's like, man, I think the load management also plays a part into it. All these, I think, like I can view from the other side. It's like the players are going like, dude, I'm not like my body is my livelihood. Like me sitting out a game in February can like increase the longevity of my earnings potential and set like my family up like forever.
Yeah. Right.
So I totally get that, but unfortunately, I think that whole narrative also plays into why people aren't.
But realistically, it's the only sport that does it.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It is because to the players, for better or for worse, the NBA players have the most power, and like out of every sport in the league, they control. And I think they have more control over the league than any other player in any other league. NBA players.
Right. I think football has great storyline. Like it makes you passionate about the game, and like watching even Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift was a storyline in the NFL this year, and like took it all the way to the fucking playoffs and the Super Bowl. And like that's literally just someone random dating someone, and like that. I don't know if they're just marketing it well or covering. I don't know what exactly they're doing to make that work, but it's WWE-esque in a sense where it's like that's why you watch it because you got this drama behind the scenes.
I also think it's tough to compare NFL or football with basketball too, because football, especially NFL, is it is made to be consumed on TV. It is 3 hours a week on a Sunday in the fall. So usually no one's doing shit except for going to church and then maybe watching the games. And then all of their primetime games are after work, after 5 p.m. and on the East Coast is at 8 p.m. So literally after you got nothing. So like football is a sport that is the perfect consumed sport. And that's why there's probably way too many advertisements in football. Because football, it is the perfect television program. It like the way the football is set up, like the NBA, it's tough to watch every single NBA game. It's real easy to watch every single NFL game of your favorite team.
Yeah. No, you 100% can watch every single. I guarantee you guys watched every single 49er game.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I also can guarantee you when the Sharks are good in 10 years, you guys aren't going to watch all 82 Sharks games.
It's tough.
No.
It's tough. Every
It's
game's also on national television. The NFL does I think a good job of making their games readily available. It's like, I mean, every game's on nationally if you live in the area, or you buy I mean, some people think it's expensive, some people think it's a good deal, but it's a pretty simple package you buy. It's literally like buying a streaming service, unlike the NBA where it almost feels like, oh, you got to get a Game Pass, or I don't know. In NHL, you have to make a whole ESPN Plus account, right, to get all the stuff. So I don't know. It just seems more inclusive.
Is too long. Yeah,
that is fair.
I mean, I think they tried with the play-in, or not the play-in, the mid-season tournament, whatever what did that even do?
That was so dumb.
It generated a little bit of buzz. It spiked ratings a little bit at the beginning of the year.
Who won? Was it the Lakers?
Lakers, yeah, because that was the whole joke. Like they gave LeBron another trophy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like if the what's it called mid-season tournament gave you a playoff bid. I mean, maybe it'd be worth it, but like at the end of the day, what is the point? To watch more basketball, to watch a stupid trophy? This doesn't mean anything. Like it could be like, oh, it's the mid-season, but there's nothing to it. So I don't know.
That's kind of like the BMF belt, the baddest motherfucker belt. I'm sorry. Yeah. Same thing. It's not an actual belt.
Crackle,
it's just a show.
Are you kidding me? Snap, crackle, Popovich.
Why that dinosaur Snap, crackle, Popovich grabs the mic. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Snap, crackle, Popovich.
That's wild.
I mean, we're in a sense, I guess, media, but like we, I don't know. People give. Maybe it's just the internet too. Like, internet's just failing everything. But I feel like the internet's propelled the NFL and every other sport. But I don't know.
I just think
I think
it's
like you said,
might have too many stops too, low key. Too many bad fouls.
Commercials.
The reffing is not great. Too many commercials, and that's something I'm starting to see a little bit with the NFL too, with the rule changes. I'm a little worried. You know what I'm saying? There's a different vibe to it.
Yeah, no, but the NFL
makes no sense.
This is where it bled. This is bleeding into college football now because didn't they add the 2-minute warning into college football?
Yeah, because they wanted to add more. Like I said, the NFL game is the most, and I think that's why it's so backed, and that's why it makes so much money. An NFL game is the perfect TV show for a corporation. You can slaps like it's the meme. I can fit so many advertisements into this bad boy. Like you get advertisement on the field, you get advertisement on the jersey. It is stops galore for an advertisement. You can get the scorebug presented by AT&T and presented by this, and Al Michaels fucking jerking off presented by Yogurtland or whatever. Like I don't know, but you know, like it's advertisement galore football, and they wanted to.
Is it original tart or something else? It's maybe vanilla. Anyways, Cody,
it's Al Michaels. It's probably like premium vanilla. That guy, he's a good announcer. He's getting old though. I think he may have to retire soon.
Everything in NASCAR is sponsored too. Yeah, I mean sponsors are a way things. That's just a way of life. But I think one thing we've talked about with Cody, with the Cowboys, is that it's almost like they're just like a brand. I've told Cody this. Like they're not like, not that they don't try to be a good team, but they're just, I don't know, a brand.
They're a brand team, dude. They're just there for the the shine and the glamour, and then you have Geriatric Jones, who hasn't done a single fucking thing for that organization. That old squeaky little bastard. I cannot stand him sitting in his press box doing nothing. Like the boy said in the NFL, he did nothing during free agency, nothing during the draft. What is this guy doing? Nothing. Is he just in there pooping his pants like every chance he gets and just like sitting on his stack of money? Like this guy's a joke. Sorry for all you Cowboys fans. You suck too. And it's ridiculous. You guys are just the worst. You're the worst. The organization just breeds just hopeless shit. Like these fans are just ridiculous. It's just like, well, this is our country. This is our team. This is the team. We're the guys. We fill out a packed stadium every year, and we can't get past the wild card game. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's embarrassing, and it just leaves a horrible taste in my mouth. And Dak Prescott is so bad. He's the worst starting quarterback in the league. I'm sorry, I'm going off, but I cannot stand the Dallas Cowboys. They're just a brand name. They want to keep being America's team and being that team without doing anything. They just want to have the name. It's ridiculous.
You know, one time I saw a tweet that
Michael Irvin would love to meet me. Yeah, he would.
You know, one time I saw a tweet that said Michael Irvin got that fun CTE. You know?
Okay.
You know the one where he's he's like that funny CTE, like in Antonio Brown got like that bad CTE.
Micah Parsons.
I don't know. This is pretty funny. What?
Micah Parsons. He's starting to piss me off a little bit.
Micah Parsons, I feel like would be he'd be a better player in like the 80s when he didn't have access to a podcast microphone.
Yes.
And I say that as someone who has a platform to like talk every couple weeks and every week. Like, dude, like I would not want to be like saying stuff all the time. Like, shit, even like once a week is like perfect for me to be like, sometimes I feel like, man, I'm sharing too much and I'm on 90 minutes of live a week.
Yeah,
like
true.
He's got something every single day on ESPN.com. He's saying something.
Yeah.
Dude,
he said, did you see? He said he could bet. He said he could bet 200 in the MLB.
Yep, that's what it was.
No,
that's what it was.
No,
I saw that today.
And CJ Stroud was talking to him. He was like, "No, like the pitchers are too good."
Education.
Yeah, he said that's
Penn State education. He also said some crazy shit with CJ Stroud when they did that interview with a bunch of the other football boys. That whole interview, I was like, dude, Micah Parsons actually is dumb. Like, he's actually stupid. Like, I'm not trying to be like that one guy that's like, I hate the Cowboys. Micah Parsons actually is like uneducated. Like, some of the shit he's saying.
I think Micah Parsons is just he just believes in himself so much that he's blinded. Or maybe we're all getting played like wrestling fans. Maybe we're all fucking marks. Maybe we're all just marks. And this is like all a part of his like thing to like, oh, I'm just going to like say this. Kind of like how JJ Redick used to do at Duke, where it's like, oh, if you want a bad guy, I can play the bad guy. When like in reality, that's not like JJ Redick's like true personality. So maybe we're always getting played like marks.
All I'm going to say, Micah Parsons in 4 playoff games has 1 sack.
Oof.
You can't talk. That's it. Sorry, bud. It's like Tyreek Hill right now. He wants a new contract because JJ got more money than he did. And I'm like, dude, you had 8 fucking yards against the Chiefs. Why would they give you a new contract?
Yeah.
That's just greedy. It doesn't make sense to me, dude.
It is greedy. Yeah. No, plus he's making a lot of money either. Yeah. I'm
JJ,
excited for football though.
$35 million
excited
for fucking.
Me too. I know, Diego, you got to get out of here. So I think Zach's frozen. So I think we're going to call it for the week. This week, thanks all 4 people for watching. Zach, poor Zach, his Wi-Fi. It's apartment Wi-Fi. I get it. There's a lot of people on it. But
Jesus, Diego, don't hurt yourself.
It's scary. But we'll see you guys next week. Be in tune. Comment maybe some topics for us to talk about next week. We got some stuff on the move soon. So keep in touch. Go follow us on Instagram. Right down there. Zach is back.
God, this is so irritating. I'm screaming.
Media. Go follow.
I'm screaming.
Oh,
so irritating.
Oh, okay. He got it. You froze again.
It's actually annoying.
All right. Well, say goodbye to everyone because maybe you'll freeze.
Later, y'all.
Oh, almost. Okay. Bye, guys. Peace. Thanks, Roberto.
Later. Thank you guys.